It's a cold day today, and for this day I've done two things. First, I've taken out my jacket so I can keep my hands warm, and second, I'm gonna make a special cocktail which will keep you warm from inside. So let's get shaking. So for this drink, we're gonna use some Scotch whiskey, combine that with a little bit of honey, and we're gonna add ginger and lime. So togetherly, we're gonna make this and we're gonna call it the grandmother's recipe. Why? I come from Uttaranchal, and when a small kid gets cold there, they feed it, they are given something, a small dose of a special liquid, and they call it the doctor's brandy, and that's where my inspiration started. So this drink is actually inspired from a modern classic called Penicillin. So for this, we're gonna take a shaker. Now we're gonna take fresh ginger, and we're gonna just cut some small pieces out of it. So fresh ginger into the shaker. Now we're gonna add freshly lime. Again, as I said before, just make it soft. And we're gonna squeeze one lime into the drink. Now we have citrus. We have ginger, which gives you the spiciness. We need to add something sweet, something sugar. So the sugar will come from honey. Now, the reason why I call it the grandmother's recipe is because if you think of your childhood, you'll remember those days when you used to get cough and cold. They used to give you a spoonful of honey with a little bit of ginger into it. So we're gonna recreate the flavors of the same drink. So nearly 1 spoon of honey. Now we're gonna add whiskey to it. Use any Scotch whiskey because it requires a whiskey which is a little smoky and peaty in character. So I'm using Doers in this case. So that's 50 and 10 mils more. So that makes 60 mils. Now I need to take the flavor out of the ginger. So I'm going to use a muddler and just try to press down the ginger. Idea is to get the nice spiciness out of the ginger pieces. Perfect. So I can smell ginger, honey, whiskey all together in the shaker. It's time for some ice. So ice cubes, and we're gonna shake it. Perfect. Let me just taste this. Nice. It has the spiciness of the ginger as well as the whiskey flavor coming brilliantly with it. So for serving, let's use an old-fashioned. We'll put some ice into it. If someone is feeling really cold, you can just put this into a nice martini glass or a coupe glass. Just strain it without ice. So this, and we're gonna double strain so it will keep those small particles of gingers away from it. Now we're gonna add some more ice. Perfect. Now the most important part is the garnish. So we're gonna use a thin slice of ginger as the garnish. Just leave it on top, and that's your grandma's recipe. So this drink is quite similar to a penicillin. So what they do when they make a penicillin is they float a little bit of smoky whiskey, like an Islay whiskey. If you have Lagavulin or Lefroy lying in your mini bar, just pull it out, just drizzle a little, so you'll get a nice aroma of the smokiness. But right now, what I smell is fresh ginger, honey, lime, and whiskey. A perfect combination inspired from our grandmother's recipe, and that's why we call it the grandma's recipe. Enjoy.